I'll straight up say it. I can't eat spice because I'm white.
Yep.
My friends always used to say that ketchup was too spicy for me.
I won't say that because I love spicy food, but you will not taint the purity of prime rib with horseradish.
Yeah.
How about creamy horseradish is like the way to have it.
No.
Au jus
She's right.
all
Au jus
day
is...
long.
Yeah,
And honestly, I know this is like sinful, but I've eaten steak this way since I was a child, and I'm still a child. So, but I eat mine with sour cream. Like, I put sour cream on my steak. I put sour cream on my potato. Sour cream is a food group to me.
I mean, you know.
I wouldn't really say that's like a
people have
childish
things.
thing though, because most kids don't like sour cream.
Really?
I love sour cream as a kid. What are you talking about?
I hated sour cream until I was in my teens. I thought it
Really?
was gross.
Loved it.
Really?
Shit.
Yeah. Jensen, like,
I think
cows
you're the
and
odd
sour
one out
cream.
here,
Yeah.
AVA.
Okay, that's
I think
fine.
you're the weird
Like-
one.
I
Like,
don't
one of
mind being
my-
the odd one out.
Favorite meals was enchiladas with sour cream on it. Like, oh,
that's what I was
God,
going to make
so
for
good.
dinner tonight, but I forgot to pick up corn tortillas.
Oh,
My
that's
sour cream with some sour cream.
Seriously. I just told my husband because our anniversary is this month. I was like, okay, I've decided where I want to go for my our anniversary. I wanna
You
go
know,
to
you were right
Texas
the first
Roadhouse.
time.
Said mine.
You were right the first time. You were 100% right the first time.
You could just stop there.
It's not about you. but,
Damn.
but the closest one is in Corona, and he's like, no, there's a closer steakhouse. And I'm like, but it's not Texas Roadhouse. It's Texas Roadhouse. But he said he won't take me.
That's where you
Well, that's
tell
what you told me
him,
was your
bitch, I am
anniversary.
carrying your second spawn. You're gonna take me to motherfucking Texas
Seriously.
Roadhouse for our goddamn anniversary, or I'm gonna
You're-
kick your ass to the couch until this baby's born.
Yep. Your second fuck trophy, as my
You
old
did this
friend used
to
to
me.
call him.
Actually, what the fuck?
mean, there is no greater proof that you had sex than a child.
That is true.
All these kids these days and their trophies, goddammit.
Participation trophy too.
100%. He wasn't trying to win that competition, I guarantee it.
We'll see if Danny and I even remember our anniversary, because last year we totally forgot about it. Because there's just way too much between November and January. It's like my stepmom's birthday, Thanksgiving, our anniversary, Christmas, Danny's fucking birthday, New Year's, my birthday. There's just too much.
Yeah. I get it. I barely remembered mine. The only reason that I do now is because my grandma brought it up and she's like, "When's your anniversary again?" And I was like, "Oh, it's at the end of November sometime."
I think ours is in August. I think. I have to relook at my notes.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's get this party started.
You already have. Party.
I'll +1 the Au Jus purist.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday, my dudes, and
That
thank
is
you,
true.
Zad.
It's alright. I understand you guys don't like more flavor. It's
Horseradish for pad steak.
nah.
Like, don't get me wrong, horseradish has its place, but I've never been like a creamy horseradish person on my steak because I'm an au jus purist. So, I see Axie is embracing the Christmas theme already.
Yup.
Check your
Fucking
food.
BFK with the shots fucking fired. Since we have a short night, let's try to keep breaks to a minimum, and we probably won't take an actual break unless we really need it.
Do it.
Okay. First things.
Ooh, excuse me. Thanks to North. Starting on B.
Buttons are very sticky.
Swap after the second. Oh shit.
We all know the one that's why.
Swap. Two and 4 are bad. Watch out for 2 and 4. Out buddies on 2. I'm sorry, in buddies. In buddies. Ugh. We're going to 3.
No, Cox,
Check these
Cox.
out. This is Cox,
Cox.
you are correct. Wow, I'm struggling already. This is not ideal. It's okay. Check your debuffs. We're going to 3. Gonna be out and then in. That's not good. That was my bad.
plus karma from the horseradish gods.
Too much juice things. Push through it.
Too much O juice.
Through it. Do you know if you were lagging outside of the instance over? Because it could just be an instance thing.
No, this is the first thing I did.
I'm getting some chop too.
Could be the instance to be bad. Thanks for North. Starting on D. Or Texas internet at its finest right now. Stay on D.
Who's your provider? Both.
Spectrum.
I'll
Mobile internet.
rip you.
But yeah, that's my only choice over here.
One and three are bad. Watch out for 1 and 3. Out buddies on 4. We are going to 3. Check Divas. Tanks and healers have the towers. DPS will be fucking off. Is in and then out. Starting on A side. Stay on A side. Party out, Kingston. Towers are light. They will be going towards D as in dog. Uh-oh. One of the ads is gonna... Yep. It's okay, technically speaking. You have to get the takes over really fast.
I have no mana.
I don't want. Come here, Jordan.
Ooh,
Oh!
that was close.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I got this. You're fine.
Okay.
Okay, I need just a minute.
I heard the baby crying in the background. I'm very sad.
I'm gonna go grab water while she's doing that. I am back.
Welcome back. Yes, Menace. Oh, careful. Hello there, baby. What's up? No. Menace. So unless they put extra au jus in my actual container, which I think they did a little bit, they did not give me extra au jus.
Make sure you move. Okay. More things.
north. Starting on B. Swap out for the first. Swap. Two and four is bad. Watch out for 2 and 4. In buddies on 3. We are going to check these others. Tanks and healers have the towers. DPS will be fucking off. In and then out. Starting on B side. Slightly tilted, careful. Swap after the first. Swap. Thanks out, party in. Towers are dark. They will be going for D as in dog. Very nice. Remember, get as close to the edge as possible. 5 and 7 are the exceptions to start. Close to the edge. 6 and 8. 1 and 3. 2 and 4. You gotta run on the edge there.
Forget that every time.
Okay.
More things.
Bring some more. Starting on D. Swap out for the second. Stop. One and three are bad. Watch out for one and three. In buddies on one. We're going to four. Check the diva. Tanks and healers have the towers. DPS will be fucking off. Be out first and then in. Out, out, out.
Too close to Lyran,
Not
sorry.
inside. I'm sorry, it's a normal Trinity, so it doesn't matter. Thanks out, party in. Towers are light. They will be going towards D as in dog. Ooh.
More things.
are bad. Watch out for 2 and 4. Doing purple rat. Outclocks on 3. We're going to choose check your divas. DPS top the towers, tanks and healers will be popping off. Gonna be out first and then in. Starting on B side. Swap after the first. She is slightly swap. Tanks out, party in. Towers are light. They will be going towards D as in dog. Very nice.
Does anybody have a mitigation to throw out there? Because that hits insanely hard.
I could hold Veil, but then you won't have it for the AoE after the party and tanks out stuff. And you wouldn't have it for limit cut as well.
Okay. I'll just make sure everyone's max.
You guys are on the wall, except for 5 and 7. 2, you're on the wrong side. Six and 8 in. 1 and 3 after we get hit. We're on the wall. On the wall. 2 and 4. Be careful so you don't laser the other people. Very nice. Everyone to C. I'll go to 3 and then go to C. Try to get Axie up. So forgot Res. Bad spot. Unfortunate.
That was really funny to watch, though.
That, yep. Yep. Spicy. Then you can run through the top prisoner.
Dang it, I don't think my res on Go went through either. Rude. And I completely forget how to do this.
You're starting north on B side. It's going to be buddies. Remember, all switched on the first side. We are swapping after the first one. buddies. Go north, or middle, and then swap. And then go back north. And it's clocks and stuff.
I like your funny words.
Yep.
I know we went over that. It feels like years ago.
I got you. Okay. The only people who really need to be wary of where their spots are for the buddies are going to be the two middle groups. So that would be me and Boss and Jordan and Gopher. If this is our marker and we are on our side, Aru and Zad will always be the north buddy, depending on which side of the line it is. Boss and I will be the second buddy, and we're just going to be on either side. And then same with Gopher Jordan, you guys will be here. And then Liren and Axie, you guys are always going to be the south buddies. The first one is always squished to one side, and then you immediately run to the middle. Make sure you are close to the orb because there is a point blank going off in the middle, Zad and Aru. You don't want to be too far away. And then after the middle, we will either go to the opposite side of where we started, or we'll go back to the same side as we started. And that one can be either clocks or buddies, and that one we will just do normally after the third cleave goes off. If she is a jerk and she makes us do a swap, it's very difficult, so I recommend popping sprint, especially if she makes us do a swap on the first, because I think it's harder to do a swap on the first than it is to do on the second, but that's just me. Pray for no swaps. And it will always start with buddies. The starting place.
And that's boss relative, right? When you say like
Correct.
Liren and I will be south.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, yes, like if you are, I guess technically we're all south. You guys will be closest to the edge, the either the northern edge or the southern edge, depending on which side we're on. Because if we are on the north side, you guys are going to be on that far edge. Yeah, it's always buddies first, but it starts randomly, so we can start south or north. And yeah. The hardest mechanic of this fight, actually.
I'll just cry.
Okay.
Do you have any questions? That was a really good job on the limit cut. Yeah,
And I wasn't on the wrong side. I just wanted a Sakuchi really bad. That's all.
Okay, that's totally fine. Yeah, if somebody dies during that, don't be trigger happy to res, because if they res after the platform breaks, they're just gonna fall to their death like poor Gopher did. So definitely try to make sure that you are on this side of the line when you throw out a res to somebody.
Okay. More things.
Oh, that kind of pizza. I thought you were making a frozen pizza. Good. That's why you just buy your Daytona ones, even though they're a little bit more expensive, silly. Thanks for north. Starting on D side. That's true. I forgot. Stay on the D. Two and four are bad. Watch out for 2 and 4. out, clocks on 1. We're going to 2. Check the debuffs. DPS have the towers. Tanks and healers will be fucking off. Goes in and then out. Whoa. Okay.
Whoops.
I think it's okay. It's a normal Trinity. It's a good catch, Liren. Party out, tanks in. Oh, my buttons are, oh god. Towers are dark. They will be going towards B as in boy. Big kills, big kills.
Oh,
Probably
no.
fucked.
Oh no!
Check your food. More thing.
Tanks are south. Starting on B. Stay on B. Two and 4 are bad. Watch out for 2 and 4. In buddies on 4. We are going to 3. Check the bus. Tanks and healers have the towers. DPS will be fucking off. It's in and then out. Very nice. It is a normal Trinity. party out, Tinkson. Powers are light. They will be going towards D as in dog. You guys are a little too close on that.
We need those guys. Alright, I need a second after this pull.
Okay. So fun fact, it is very possible to get double lasered by the ad if you're too close.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
I can tell you that it's not.
I too can tell you that it's not funny enough. This tank privilege will not save you there either. Oh, it's a really shitty laser pattern. Okay, everybody on the wall except for 5 and 7. It's gonna be 4 lasers in a row, so get ready. Oh, Jordan. 6 and 8. Just gonna be lasers, lasers, lasers as she cleaves everything.
Alright, 1 second.
Okay. Never mind. They do. Yes. I know they're very shiny, and it's a really, you know, they kind of look like...
And I gotta say that 2 minute during that first big mechanic is a doozy.
Oh, just you wait.
Not
Oh,
there.
just you
Yeah,
wait.
that shit sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, just you wait for the 2 minute that comes during Super Chain Theory 2A. Because that's when your 2 minute comes up.
The split second Sakuchi I have to do based on whether it's in out or out in just to get Tenchi Jin out is quite spicy.
Do I Tenchi Jin's a garbage kill?
But it's so fun to figure it out. I like it. It's just spicy.
Like horseradish?
Exactly like horseradish.
Hi, Shen. Did you guys get into 11 today a little bit? Oh wait, no, today's Wednesday. You'll be getting into 11 tomorrow, right? Or did you do some on Tuesday? Nice. How far?
So
did
I
you
just
guys
found
get?
out via TikTok that Costco sells the Bacon Gruyere Starbucks egg bites, and that is life changing to me. I used to buy those every morning.
Aw.
Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares.
Wow. I'm sure somebody cares. Jordan,
Okay.
you seem like a
Is it-
basic
is that
white
that-
bitch enough to care about
Is
that.
it like this? It's like the sous vide stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll just, you know.
When there was a Starbucks that was across the street from my apartment, I would definitely get those every once in a while. They're very easy. I mean, if you guys are already on Chat and Messenger, though, that's really good.
So if it's from Costco, it's like a box of 10 or something. Is that what?
I don't know. I'm sure it is. And they'll be like $15. But they're like $5 if you go to Starbucks. So,
And that's a win if you're gonna eat them.
yep. And I will. 'cause
Just never
love
buy
them.
Costco food and then don't eat it.
Yeah, seriously.
The worst.
I've done that so many times with like, I don't know. I think we have a box of meat buns in the freezer right now that we got from Costco, and they were like probably like 30 in there. I'm sure it's still half full and have been in there for like 6 months. So
It's the bread that gets me because it's like, well, 2 for 1. Well, fuck it, I'm just gonna get 2, and then I never eat 2 before it's time to.
yeah, I always buy 2 loaves of bread at one time, but I always freeze one.
Yeah, I should do that, but I'm not smart, so.
Yeah, we'll get smart.
I think the big thing to remember for Chatted Messenger, because this is what I do for my group, is I make
And
sure,
I actually wish there was
that-
a push emote.
regardless of which way we're rotating, I
really
always
funny.
say that I like to make sure they rotate max melee because it's really easy to get clipped. But yeah, I mean, that's really good that you guys are already on Chat and Messenger, so I wouldn't really say that's slow at all. Alright, let's get a couple more good pulls in for tonight.
More things.
Nice.
Good job.
Excellent.
This is the one.
Yep. Did we win Guild War? We better have, because we were like 30 to 9. Okay. Thanks, Seth. Starting on, what is this, B? Stay on B? You said it was 36 to 30? get there for sure. And they're gonna be so happy that 11 is so much easier than 10, and then get their souls crushed in 12. 1 and 3 is bad. Oh, you placed that tower so close to me, Jordan. Watch out for 1 and 3. Out buddies on 3. We are going to check the debuffs. Tanks and healers have the towers. DPS will be fucking off. It is out and then in. Oh shit.
I did it again. Damn it. Sorry.
Normally I catch it, but I took too long to spin my camera around. I was thinking about other things.
Prime rib things?
Not quite, but yes.
Other rib things?
Oh, Jew things.
Two things. Yeah, no, I was laughing because the baby raid group that I can't sub for anymore because we're too stupid. They're getting on 11, and I was laughing about how they're gonna like that 11 is so much easier than 10, and then they're gonna get their souls crushed by 12. And I just was laughing about it because
Yeah.
I make dumb jokes.
Do you think they'll be able to make it through 12?
They have a lot of time, and I think thanks to North, starting on D. I think they'll definitely get through phase 1. Stay on D. And if they can get through phase 1, they should be able to get through phase 2, but they've got a lot of time, so I think they'll be able to do it. Because, like, they've only progged 11 for 2 nights, and they're already on Shadowed Messengers, so...
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, I think they've only progged 1 night. I don't know. They got really far already, so... And, like, it's not clean, but it's far.
Yeah.
1 and 3 is bad. Ooh, same color, same sad. This is the first one of the night. Watch out for 1 and 3. I don't know. Out buddies on 1. We're going to 2. Check the debuffs. Tanks and healers have the towers. DPS will be fucking off. Is in and then out. Normal Trinity, she's slightly tilted. Thanks out partying. towers are dark. They will be going towards B as in boy. Very nice. Good job. Ooh. Is there a reprisal on that on the Soul Den? I didn't see.
Yeah.
Okay. Faster there. Okay, there's not a super shitty laser pattern. That's good. Remember 5 and 7 on the wall, other way boss. Or not on the wall, off the wall. 6 and 8. 1 and 3. Larry needs heals, otherwise she's so dead. Whoop. 2 and 4. I think I actually got first.
Last water call.
Yeah.
Last things.
Thanks, Lenore. Starting on D. Stay on D. This is the full. One and 3 is bad. Watch out for 1 and 3. Oh,
That was me, sorry.
okay. Do we want to mulligan that one or call it there?
Can we call it there, please? I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
No, you're totally fine. You have a very
It's all the candy
very
they ate
upset
last night.
baby,
I'm just
so.
You said you got a sub for me tomorrow, right?
Yes, my question was going to be, I can find a sub for tomorrow if we would like, or we can choose another day to go with boss this week, but it's up to you guys. Because, yeah, I could probably finagle one of the other people from the other groups to come sub for boss.
Fall Guys event for tomorrow instead.
Criterion.
I'm good whatever you guys decide. I don't mind missing a day.
Okay.
Yeah, same. I can go tomorrow. I can go another day this week. Whatever.
Jordan said you can't do Sunday.
Right,
Yeah.
so it would be
Monday
like
is our-
Monday, which is kind of icky. So, and I do think we do tend to have a better stride when we raid multiple days in a row versus doing like 2 days and then we're off for like 4 days. So I will probably just find a sub for tomorrow.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
All right. Have a good night.
Night,
Get
night,
Nerva.
friends.
He doesn't do
Bye,
anything.
y'all.
Good night, guys.
Yep.
You try to convince Nerva to come raid for 5 fucking hours. I could barely get him to come to his own raid group. Okay, what to do for half an hour? Eat my food for sure. Or finish my food, I should say. Let's see if my BFF Galaxy. What did you do? Anyways, I was gonna say, hopefully my BFF Galaxy has responded that he's gonna update the fucking... my UI, because that would be really cool. Let's see, any response yet? No, it doesn't look like it. I'll see Edge. We're definitely getting there.
Alright, he has other plans.
Yeah, I figured as much. Nah, I'll probably ask V or Sky. So.
He said he was going to. But they're doing Omega and 11. So.
Can't even help out his fucking raid mom. How rude, because he's too busy raiding in another game. I'm just kidding. Actually, what I should do is I should write some guides. Because I did not do that at work.
Okay, I'm gonna stuff my face full with pizza.
Okay, have fun. Danny got pizza too.
Nice. Hawaiian or pepperoni?
Pepperoni and the meats and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Alright, good night.
Night night. Okay. Oh, I'm not going yet. Panda, I have another raid group in half an hour. So I'm still here for another like 3 hours. Where is the video that I'm looking for? We're going to be doing some studying though. For ekpurosis. Does she do anything between caloric? No. How have you been, Panda? Assuming you're still here.
You're further away from the arrows, and 2, this minimizes your wait for the fire to work, and you don't want to prematurely celebrate. This is always going to be a combination of 2 proximity markers and 4 exaflares. This is one of 2 patterns that you may see. For this pattern, we need to dodge the proximity markers first by splitting east-west. We're going to have group 1 go west and group 2 go east. You go as near to middle as you can while dodging an exaflare and hugging the wall. Next up is ekpyrosis. This is always going to be a combination of 2 proximity markers and 4 exaflares. This is one of 2 patterns that you may see. For this pattern, we need to dodge the proximity markers first by splitting east-west. We're going to have group 1 go west and group 2 go east. You go as near to middle as you can while dodging an exaflare and hugging the wall. As soon as the first exaflare and the proximities go off, you need to start spreading along the wall. You can use as near to middle as you can while dodging it. We're going to have group 1 go west and group 2 go east. You go as near to middle as you can while dodging an exaflare and hugging the wall. As soon as the first exaflare and the proximities go off, you need to start spreading along the wall. You can use your usual vertical spread positions. Just before the third exaflare, the spreads will go off. And now to dodge the rest of the exaflares, an easy way to do this is when the first exaflare symbols appear, it will always be a safe spot for exaflares. Ultima will get cast as a raid wide, so make sure you run middle as soon as you can to mitigate, heal up, ready for this. The other possible ekpyrosis pattern you could have had looks like this. In this case, the proximity markers are going to appear east and west, and now you have diagonal exaflares. They're kind of weird.
Blech. I can't type.
Very similar strategy for this. This time we split north-south with tank melees going north and healer's range going south. Again, hug near middle, but dodging the Exaflare on the wall. After the first explosion, start to spread out along the wall. Spreads go off. Before the third Exaflare. And now try to dodge back to where an initial Exaflare was. And now try to dodge back to where an initial Ekpyrosis pattern you could have had looks like this. In this case, the proximity markers are going to appear east and west, and now you have diagonal Exaflares. They're kind of weird. Very similar strategy for this. This time we split north-south with tank melees going north and healer's range going south. Again, hug near middle, but dodging the Exaflare on the wall. After the first explosion, start to spread out along the wall. Spreads go off before the third Exaflare. And now try to dodge back to where an initial Exaflare was, and wait there. You can try to dodge in middle earlier, but you need to feel confident you won't get hit by an Exaflare. Heal up for the Ultima, and that's Ekpyrosis. Next mechanic, Pangenesis, is complicated. Before the mechanic even starts, you want to have a conga line, agreed. The order of this does not matter, with one exception. There's going to be a Tank Buster, one of the Palladian Grasps one, where the hit hits both times on the same side. You want to invuln this preferably, so whichever tank is going to invuln it should be on the far right for this. When Pangenesis goes off, you get big, heavy, shared raid-wide damage, and a ton of deep.
I can't spell. When the cast completes. Words.
Let's break things down. First, this debuff here is Unstable Factor. Some players have 0 stacks of it, some players have 1 stack of it, and some players have 2 stacks of it. If when the timer runs out for this, if you still have a stack of it, it's a wipe. So we need to tactically get rid of stacks of this. You do this by merging with other players. You cannot merge while you still have this debuff here, but it falls off fairly early on in the mechanic, and so we can basically ignore it. Merging is done very similar to P8S Phase 2. You stay kinda near to the player, wait for a couple seconds, and you'll hear a nice little sound to say you've merged. If the 2 merging players have a different number of stacks of Unstable Factor, then what happens is the player with the higher number of stacks loses 1. So in this case, the top left group, the 1 is going to drop down to nothing, and the 2s in the other groups are going to drop down to a 1. Usually this results in you getting a critical factor debuff the first time that you lose a stack, and spawning a slime underneath you. This doesn't happen when the 2 and the 0 merge. To be honest, it's a little bit confusing as to why this doesn't happen. It doesn't seem to really match with the description on the text for the debuff, and a lot of people theorize it might be a bug. Either way, don't worry about it, it won't matter for the mechanic. At the end of the mechanic, the slimes are going to try to tether towards players. Any player with a critical factor cannot take these tethers or they'll die, so these are always taken by the players that started with 0 stacks of the unstable factor. They pick up the tethers, and they take them far away from the group as they hit with a giant explosion when they go off.
Lovely.
The rest of Pangenesis is dealing with Pantheos. This is just a set of light and dark towers. These towers always take 2 players to soak. 1 player needs an opposite colored debuff, and the other one doesn't need a debuff. It doesn't matter. The first set of towers will always be a light tower and a dark tower, but it's random which one will appear on which side. The second set of towers, though, is fixed from this point onwards. The northern tower in each set is going to be opposite of the one next to it, and the southern tower will be the same color as the original one. The final set of towers are exactly the same as the second set, just move slightly more towards middle. The way that we soak these is in a very specific pattern based off our debuffs. What I'm about to show is what's called the 2-0 pattern. There's another one called 2-1, but I find the 2-0 easier, so it's what I'm showing. For 2-0, the 0 player, the one that doesn't have an unstable factor debuff, is always going to hop in the first tower, alongside the short 2. By short, if you look at the light and dark debuffs, you'll see that 2 of them have a 16-second timer, and 2 of them start with a 20-second timer. Short timer is the 16-second, so in this case, the healers. For the second set of towers, the first set of tower players are just going to hop in the northern tower always, and the 1 and the long 2 will take the southern set of towers. Finally, for the third one, you need to look at your debuff. When you soak a tower, one player randomly will be given a matching debuff, so light tower gives you a light debuff, and the other player gets nothing. For the second to the third set, if you're given a debuff, you move diagonally and you swap to the opposite colored tower. If you don't get a debuff, you just move horizontally across into the next tower. Here's how it all looks when you do the mechanic from start to finish. First, as soon as the debuffs appear, our conga line is useful because we can have the 0 player step forward, the 1 player step backwards, and this allows them to see where they are relative to the other one and assign sides. The leftmost player goes left, the rightmost player goes right. They can immediately position for the first tower that they will take based off their debuff. The 2s all squish towards middle, wait for Pantheos to cast, and then need to look at where the first towers spawn. Since we have light on the left, both dark players will go that way, and both light players will go opposite towards the right. The short debuff players immediately hop in the tower, and they'll start to merge with the 0 player while waiting in the tower. The other 2 players just hang out to the side. They can merge or not merge, it doesn't matter. The first tower gets soaked, and now all that happens is we wait a second for the merge to take place, and we move into the second tower. Second towers are fixed again. The first tower players go north, the other players are in the south one. After the towers are soaked, wait a second, because you need to make sure that you merge, and you should see a slime spawn. For the third set of towers, this is where you look at if you got a dark or light debuff a second ago. If you didn't get a debuff, they just slide horizontally across, hop in the tower. If you did get a debuff, you need to move diagonally opposite. This will work out perfectly in that you're always going to have a 1 and a 0 together, so all of the unstable factor debuffs should fall off. You'll also get 2 more slimes as 2 players didn't have critical factor yet. At the very end, have every player go down to the south, but the 2 0 stack players are going to be the ones that wait a little bit more north on their side. When the tethers appear, they need to pick up these tethers. They need to pick up exactly 3 because these slimes, in addition to targeting them for a big AoE damage, also give a stack of 4-fold come ruin. If you take 4, you get doom, you die, so they can only take exactly 3. These players should go to these exact positions here, with the far left player being slightly south of the into the second tile, and the northern player being just a step to the right.
I am looking
this
at
is
a video, and I'm
Grasp is going to go
trying.
off almost immediately after the slime explosions. And so we have everybody far enough away, max melee works south, so that they don't get clipped by the slimes. But everybody's already on the left, except for R1, who can just take a quick step to the side. I strongly recommend having one of your tanks in Vulnus Tank Buster to make it a lot simpler. After this is the Classical Concepts 2.
Oh boy.
At the
breaking down Pangenesis is gonna be fun. Okay.
Here's how it all looks when you do the mechanic from start to finish. First,
Oh shit.
onwards. The northern tower in each set is going to be up. The way that we is another one, the 0 player, the one that doesn't have an unstable factor debuff, is always going to hop in the first tower, alongside the short 2. By short, if you look at the light and dark debuffs, you'll see that 2 of them have a 16-second timer, and 2 of them start with a 20-second take. When you soak a tower, 1 is nothing. For the second to the third set, if you're given, you just move start to finish. First, the one player step backwards, and this allows them to see where they are relative to the other one and assign sides. The leftmost player goes left.
Boy.
The rightmost player goes right. They can immediately position for the first tower that they will take based off their debuff. The 2s all squish towards middle, wait for Pantheos to cast, and then need to look at where the first towers spawn. Since we towards middle, wait for Pantheos to cast, and then need to look at where the first towers spawn. Since we have light on the left, both dark players will go that way, and both light players will go opposite towards the right. The short debuff players immediately hop in the tower, and they'll start to merge with the 0 player while waiting in the tower. The other 2 players just hang out. To the side, they can merge or not merge, it doesn't matter. The first tower gets soaked, and now all that happens is we wait a second for the merge to take place, and we move into the second tower. Second towers are fixed again. The first tower players go north, the other second soak, the center players will go spawn. Choose the other one. Here's how it. If you don't get a... If you're given a debuff, you move diagonally and you swap to the opposite colored tower. If you don't get a debuff, you just move horizontally across into the next tower. Here's how it all looks when you do the mechanic from start to finish. First,
Oh shit, I missed the invite. Oops.
As soon as the debuffs appear, our
Blah, blah, blah.
left off their debuff, where the fight players will go to merge with the 0 player while waiting in the tower. The other 2 players just get soaked. Second towers are fixed again. The first tower players go north, the other players are in the south one. After the towers are soaked, wait a second. The first tower gets soaked, and now all that happens is we wait a second for the merge to take place, and we move into the second tower. Second towers are fixed again. The first tower players go north, the other players are in the south. One. After the towers are soaked, wait a second, because you need to make sure that you merge, and you should see a slime spawn. For the third set of towers, this is where you look at if you got a dark or light debuff a second ago. If you didn't get a debuff, they just slide horizontally across, hop in the tower. If you did get a debuff, you need to move diagonally opposite. This will work out perfectly in that you're always going to have a 1 and a 0 together, so all of the unstable factor debuffs and if you debuff a second ago. If you didn't get a debuff, they just slide horizontally across, hop in the tower. If you did get a debuff, you need to move diagonally opposite. This will work. Hop in the tower. If you did get a debuff, you need to move diagonally opposite. This will work out perfectly in that you're always going to have a 1 and a 0 together, so all of the unstable factor debuffs should fall off. You'll also get 2 more slimes as 2 players didn't have critical factor yet. At the very end, have every player go down to the south, but the 2 0 stack players are going to be the ones that wait a little bit more north on their side. When the tethers appear, they need to pick up these tethers. They need to pick up exactly 3 because these slimes, in addition to targeting them for a big AoE damage, also give a stack of 4-fold come ruin. If you take 4, you get doom, you die, so they can only take exactly 3. These players should go to these exact positions here, with the far left player. These players should go to 4, you get doom, you die, so they can only take exactly 3. These players should go to these exact positions here, with the far left player being slightly south of the into the second tile, and the northern player being just a step to the right. This is because Palladian Grasp is going to go off almost immediately after the slime explosions, and so we have everybody go off. The northern player being just a step to the right. This is because Palladian Grasp is going to go off almost immediately after the slime explosions. And so we have everybody far enough away, max melee worked south, so that they don't get clipped by the slimes. But everybody's already on the left except for R1, who can just take a quick step to the side. I strongly recommend already on the left except for R1, who can just take a quick step to the side. I strongly recommend having one of your tanks involved in this tank buster to make it a lot simpler. I strongly recommend having left except for R1, who can just take a quick step to the side. I strongly recommend having one of your tanks involved in this tank buster to make it a lot simpler. After this is the Classical Concepts 2. At the start, everything is exactly the same as Classical Concepts 1. PlayStation shape.
Okay. I just updated through Pangenesis. Let me look at... Mama.
Okay, I will be back.
What you doing, Red Man?
The braid in the Duty Finder picture looks dope. I love it.
It looks very nice.
I gotta get up earlier, so I'm leaving early. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I got work
think-
shenanigans.
I think we are actually reading 3 days this week, so.
Is this for the other group?
Yes.
One second.
Yeah, we were thinking about going Sunday, but Sunday is a bad day this week for everybody, so we're just gonna try to find somebody.
I'm back. My daughter woke up and she was like, "Can you rock me?" And I was like, "No."
Probably turn my tank stance on.
It's last minute, so I probably won't find anybody else if you want to come IO. And I think, yeah, 6:35 would be fine. Considering that, like, my 2 DPS can't fucking figure out what they want to play, so I think they're around 6:55 right now.
They haven't just picked a main and stuck with it? What is up with them?
Like, my samurai went from samurai to monk to black mage to dragoon. He's now playing dragoon. And then clocks and then healing their groups. And then my reaper decided all of a sudden he wanted to play ninja. So I don't know what they're doing. They're being silly.
You need to tell them to stick with a job, and if they can't do that, then to like at least pick in the same
In the
armor
center
class
and then go out. I mean, it's not holding us back, so I don't really care. Out.
Just making the gearing process a bit longer, I guess.
For them, everyone else is done, so. Line and then buddies. In. But they're starting to wrap their heads around Limit Cut. We saw Super Chain Theory 2A a couple times, so they're getting there.
That's good.
Dark will be safe. Hit your knockback, and then go in with your buddies after the panels. In. We are missing somebody on our side. No, we're not. Just kidding.
Oh, we are now.
I couldn't see TJ for some reason.
He was on our side.
Oh, he was? Okay, I'm not crazy then.
I was like, yeah, we got a bit later on us.
Max melee BD.
Nothing yet, huh?
We'll be going to 1-3 after the charges. And then stay out with the healer. Maximum 1-3. Stay out with the healer. Group south. Everybody to A. Fox and then buddies. D is in dog. Line and then maximum load healers. Who's nudging me? Everybody out, and then come in with your buddy. In. Second pot should be up. Uh-oh, this guy up.
I went too far in. I'm sorry, Sky.
Dark and light is next.
Pot, but not pod.
Yeah. Oops.
Here, TJ. TJ.
Dark will be safe. Rotate to dark.
Come on.
TJ. TJ. Go back to your markers.
I don't want to kill you, but I will.
It's gonna be clock spots and long tethers, pop your sprint, max melee healer groups. Go, go, go. Other way, TJ.
Come on, DJ. Ow.
That's not ideal.
It really isn't.
Mine and then buddies.
Bro, I'm playing like actual ass tonight. I'm sorry.
Okay. In. Oh, this is not ideal.
I got
That's
it.
bad. I'll take this res, but it's a trap. I did. I got double raised. Fun fact. Fox and then healer groups. Stack in the center and then go out here. Ooh, careful D-side. That is. Can't open my water bottle. There we go. Too loud. Dark will be safe. Hit your knockback, stay out with the healers. Bye-bye.
Sorry. Thought my kid got up again.
Take him to the bed.
I felt so bad. Poor Lyran's kids are like sick right now, and like one of them was just crying in the background the entire time she was trying to raid. She's got like a really nasty, like either upper respiratory infection or
strep throat.
Yep. Max melee DB. So we're going to 2-4 after the charges, and then stay out with the healers. melee before. Stay out, stay out. Group south. Everyone to A. Box, everybody's. Four. Fine, everybody's. In. Everybody out, I'm going with the buddy. In. Second pot is up, and Dark Knight is coming up as well. Poked. Light will be safe. Rotate the light. Back to your markers. Long Tether's Popper Sprint is going to be max melee BD. Go. Line, and then max melee with the healers. Very nice. What you doing, Chunky? Healer groups with Mario Kart is next. Two, four. Box. And then buddies, big heals. Back in the center and go out with healers. Mine and then buddies. Thanks, North. Group South. Max Melee. Dark will be safe. Oop. Put one in. 100 towers. We're gonna max melee BD after this. And then 2-4. Max melee 4. Hit your knockback.
Definitely hit Montu.
Going with our buddy. Very nice. The third pot is also up. D. DDD. Fine, and then max melee with the healers. Very nice. Butterfly boss. Yeah, I think she's more like a moth than a butterfly. But yeah. Thank you, South. Starting on B. Stay on B.
Love it.
Mm-hmm. And 4 are bad. Watch out for 2 and 4. Out clocks on 2. You're going to 3. Tequila. DPS have the towers. Tanks and healers will be fucking off. Out and then in. Starting on Seaside. Swap back to the second. So what? Party out, tanks in. Munchie, I need you to move. You need to go. Please, child. Thank you. Are light.
First two, decent dog.
Captain Cheeks.
Citizen clapped Malay.
Everyone to see.
Yeah, see.
Alright, I believe in you guys. Starting south on B side. It's going to be south, middle, north. We are swapping after we go to mid. Second. Swap. It's going to be buddies. Buddies, buddies, buddies. Big kills, big kills, big kills. Tanks in, party out. I guess. Starting north. We are going to D. Dog. It's going to be buddies. And then back to north. Out. out for 1 and 3. Buddies. Watch out for 1 and 3. Watch out for 1 and 3. Watch out for 1 and 3. Clocks him out on north. We're going to 4.
Womp womp.
Womp womp indeed.
Was too stupid and close in. You got hit by the out.
We had
Like,
people
we
that
did-
died on Super Chain Theory A and got damaged down too, so.
Let me put my daughter in bed. She's asleep on the couch.
Oh, it's fine. I feel like the safe zone edge on 1 is a fucking trap.
Yeah, it's a safe zone, but you're also pretty far away from whatchamacallit. So you gotta book it.
Actually, I'm gonna bear back real quick.
Back.
Potato! Big potato. Tasty, delicious baked potato.
Check your food.
Kitty, what are you doing? Specifically, what is your little munchkin menace doing, Mama? Going cray cray. north. Starting on B. Stay on B.
Ah.
It's okay.
Wow, come on, guys. Come on, guys.
Died.
Can't believe you've done this. How dare.
Rookie mistakes.
Yeah, you're just getting Aya
It's
his
spelling the
fucking
LB.
purple part or pink parts. It's fine. 1 and 3.
LB generation.
1 and 3 is bad. Same color, same side.
I'm missing somebody? Never mind. Now I got too many.
Thanks for south. Starting on B. Stay on the B.
Funeral nice.
We ball.
One and 3 is bad. Watch out for 1 and 3. Very nice.
I remember.
It's kind of just muscle memory at this point. Come on, Nova.
No.
Yo, you want to talk about muscle memory? So, hold on. Out clocks on 4. We are going to 1. Check for debuffs. Thanks, anyways. Have the towers. DPS will be fucking off. It's gonna be in and then out. Starting on 8. Swap out the first. Anyways, so because we helped fucking the other group on Saturday swap, I was all fucked up with my muscle memory for my first group because I was on the opposite side all day Saturday. Party out, Tankson. I definitely like almost got us killed for the lion. I wanted to go left instead of right.
Yeah, I had that problem when I subbed for tank, but then, you know, I had like 4 days before we re-rated them, so kind of cleared it up. But when I first subbed for tank for them, I kept on going to the wrong side, and Val had to keep on adjusting for me.
Powers are light.
Powers 2, be his boy.
Like, I was so paranoid about fucking it up for them that I was, like, really making sure I did it correctly. So when I went back to my normal group, I was like, Very nice.
Okay.
Six and 8. 1 and 3 after you get hit. Everybody to see. Oh no, PJ!
Wasted.
Starting north on the east side. Swap after the first. It's going to be north, middle, south. Swap, swap, swap. South. Swaps. Very nice. Tanks out, party in. Tanks out, party in. Starting north. We are going to B as in boy. 1 and 3 are bad. It's gonna be clocks. Clocks. Watch out for 1 and 3. North, out and clocks. And we're going to B4.
GG. Easy collapse.
Very nice.
Can I do a G pose before we can get a screenshot real quick before we start? Oh, she's gonna start
Yeah,
fourth.
she's gonna-
fucking.
yeah.
I wanted that cool katana clip when it before you seek the hilt.
Yes, the flaws are not mine. This misbegotten world is to blame.
Yep.
Oh, I still have it. Definitely not in G pose right now. He posed this. Pause it. God damn.
Ah.
Oh, I got it.
It's the only time I can do an effective team wave for the lulz. Oh, north-south.
We could just poke her and jump off, and then we can
What?
we can tell all the ones that are all the wipes that are like less than a few seconds don't count.
But how did Mark and I flex on you guys?
That's how we did the last one. That's how we did 8.
Oh yeah.
Just smack him and then run into the wall.
Well, his transition. Actually, I guess it wasn't really his transition. It was For's transition that was stupid and didn't like work sometimes. If he didn't tap him because he didn't like do cutscenes or something out.
All right, hold on. I really need this. Don't take this away from me.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to deep pose with the LB. That's why he wasn't doing anything the last pull. Don't overwrite the LB.
How do I get rid of all the shit?
What shit?
The markers.
Not the markers, the menu.
In the G-Pose menu, you should be able to turn off the names of players, minions, all that shit. Wait, there shouldn't be any minions
Well, the
out.
default is scroll log, isn't it? Scroll log hides all UI.
It's different in G-Pose.
Thank you.
It should still hide it.
Oh.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, there's Nerva's LB.
Sweetheart, can you do me a favor? Can you pop this in the microwave for like 30 seconds? Oh wait, I forgot. Let's add one more thing.
Alright. I'm done. Thank you.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Only wasted like 3 minutes.
I haven't looked into it at all.
I normally
only
do
did
them
the
with my
first
brother
one.
and sister, so.
And I did the first Criterion with Axe. Man, it's ridiculous.
I did the first 4 paths of the very first fucking Criterion dungeon, and I was like, no, I'm good.
Well, the Criterion is only one path, but like everything is like super ridiculously hard. Like if you're not a tank, everything just one-shots you.
Because, like, the first one had, like, 12 different fucking path routes or whatever.
Yes.
I'm not just a variant. Don't the Criterion and the Savage versions of those just have a path you do?
I think so.
Yeah, it's only one path.
Yeah.
And then each person only has one raise in the Criterion, and then Savage units. And basically everything one-shots you, so don't fuck up.
Northwest, southeast. Go.
Oh, we don't have markers.
Oh.
Oh, we don't.
Horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
I think
Caloric might be awkward.
Oh, that shit's still going off.
Yes.
I just thought it snapshotted like everything else in this fucking.
You gotta wait for the spinny spins to stop spinning.
Okay.
I'm Beta. Nerva to the triangle.
Forgot my orders of operation.
You ready to bait?
It's somewhere over here.
Move.
Oh, got shot up.
Murdered. Got caught in the crossfire.
Crossfire.
All this gang violence.
Okay, where do we stand?
Somewhere near the middle.
I think when the
Yeah.
blue grid comes up, we might be able to tell them better.
What is it?
Yes,
Healers and melee?
Right here. I think.
Things find your buddies. Now range. Oh, that's not good.
I'm all alone.
North.
There's no one here beside me.
I should not have been north.
No, I should have been
north.
north, and then you would have been east.
Yeah.
Just the two.
We can do it if we try.
Northwest, southeast. Nope. Excuse me? Shenanigans on that.
Can agree.
Vertical. Vertical, vertical, vertical. Move. Bait. center. Healers and melee. Debuffs, thanks go. And range. Nice. And then Phil. Sky move up to B, yep. I can't tell if that was an HP thing because some people were really low. Yeah.
Yeah.
More eels.
Where the eels?
The eels. They'll be incoming now.
I gave you a
You know,
mantra.
it's really sad. I really enjoyed Quinn as a Diablo streamer, but like him doubling down on being a fucking moron with the 14 community made me like immediately block him on everything.
Really shot
Know where
himself in
that's
the
from?
foot with that one.
Is that where
Yeah,
the
he
eels
was
from?
he skipped the story, boosted Samurai, and then did it was like 1S, and then he didn't understand how snapshotting worked, and then he died from AoEs, and that were where were the eels? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
He stood next to like
Northeast,
4
southwest.
fireballs.
Yeah, he did. And then move. And then when the community called him out on it for not knowing what the fuck he was doing, he just doubled down on like how toxic the 14 community was and blah blah blah. And it was a hot mess. Even his mods were like, "Bro, you need to chill."
We can't defend you from this.
It was
'cause,
bad. Horizontal.
in the globe, please. Oh, it's technically spinning, but it's only in half. So
Move. Wait. Nice. Thanks and melee.
Nerva all night.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Healers. Ranged.
Just saying this part. But the moving part, I'm like filtering off on.
I had
Evidently, I'm not the only one.
We're getting some funky patterns with fire, so just remember if you are group 1, which is Mark, Low, V, and Sky, you guys are rotating from D counterclockwise, and group 2, which is me, Aya, Nerva, and TJ, we are rotating A going clockwise, because we had 2 fires on A and B and 2 wins on D and C, and we've gotten that twice, and both times we've screwed it up. So just remember. Find your buddy based off of what group you're in and where you're supposed to be going.
dance.
That would require me to be hitting,
murder.
so I'm not worried about it.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to eat food in between pulls.
What we eating?
I went to Texas Roadhouse and I got prime ribs. Like, they dipped me out of my prime rib like a week and a half ago. So I ate my prime rib and now I am trying to eat my baked potato.
Whoa.
Northeast, southwest. Go. Donut! Wait. Very nice.
Honestly, I hope they use that like maybe anything more because that's actually kind of funny. And I would like to see what else they do with it.
Oh. I was worried there.
Healers and melee.
Thank you.
Thanks, find your buddy. Oh, I'm a wind fuck. Ooh, that's not good. And then range. I'm gonna wipe this. Oh, just kidding. We were too close. Remember, middle of the marker. East-west. Horizontal. I fully expect this to be like heavily used in the next ultimate.
Yeah, especially with top.
I don't want to see them do it in a dungeon.
It'd be funny to see him do it in the dungeon. They could do it.
I mean, they have done the mini
Yeah.
before, but
They could do it in that one dungeon that looks kind of like Allegheny, or not Allegheny, but
yeah.
kind of like the Twinning.
The Fractal Continuum?
The new one that's coming out, Fate. They showed some screenshots at EU. Ooh.
I haven't really looked at it then.
I say some screenshots, but I think it was literally just one because it was like their most.
It's like,
It was like it's their like most work in progress dungeon right now.
It was literally just the concept for it.
Better. Alrighty, healers and ranged. Right in the middle. Okay, tanks find your buddy. And melee.
The North Nova.
Okay, winds out. B come to me. Sky go down the mark. See farther over there.
Yeah.
North-south. Vertical. Kind of interesting you can't see her hitbox during this phase.
Well, technically it covers the whole area,
Yeah.
so.
Oh.
Uh-oh. That doesn't look good.
There was some Mount Rosie there.
I swear I had a X above my head, but I did not.
I definitely did that earlier. I was like, wait a second.
much easier to test your ping here than the Fall Guys one.
I've only had a problem with the last stage, really. The ones that just fall from the sky out of nowhere.
Northeast, southwest. Oh.
I did it yesterday, and I got an instance all by myself.
Those are the best instances.
And I was the only one in there. I was like, what the hell?
Did you lose?
Critical.
No, thankfully. I lose against myself.
It is always interesting when like the gold saucer instances bug out like that because there's just too many people and it's creating too many instance copies. It does it a lot
So I'm just
for
like, here you go.
Faith.
Had it happen.
Move. Bait.
I mean, it worked out.
How are you not dead?
Power of friendship.
Our friendship in anime compels you.
Yep, I
Thing he found.
My nakama.
got a katana in my hand. I'm unbeatable. Bunkai.
Save me.
Oh dear.
Oh,
See? You didn't have a katana.
Tanks and
Oh,
melee,
speed
it
time.
should be okay.
I don't have the beetle up.
Yeah.
Oh, now I do.
Hey,
Yeah, you
Felix,
did.
find your buddies. And then ranged. Wind's out. And then Mark moved to low. Good. Don't move. Oh no! Somebody was.
The wind was too
not
close.
far enough out.
I was all the way touching the
How
two.
were you?
Yeah, so you guys need to be.
But
I only hit
I w-
Sky. I didn't hit Mark.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was with Sky and I didn't get moved.
Oh yeah,
Sky
whatever
had
else.
toe too far.
It's just
Wow,
a little
Scott.
bit too far.
Fat ass bitch.
I was touching that too.
Just a little bit. One fat pixel.
Northwest, southeast. Donut.
What?
Move. Beat.
How many buttons?
Right?
Yeah, I got it. Got the clap. Got the clap.
Towards the middle. Healers and range. Thanks, find your buddy. And melee. Go out. Oh, I fucked it up. Ah!
Potatoes on the brain.
No, I was looking at my debuff, and I actually, like, I've never gotten South Wind, so, yeah. I was like, is this the right line? And I stepped over it and got, yeah, sucks. Fun fact, it was the right line. Southwind.
Southwind.
For the record, though, this potato is fucking delicious.
No.
I like to eat the skin, so it's got like a nice, like, salty, crunchy exterior. And it's wonderful.
Tell me about it.
Eat all the deets.
With all of the tasty cheese and bacon and sour cream loaded deliciousness. I didn't do anything I was supposed to do for that cast.
You're thinking about potatoes.
There was not a ticket off or a reprisal to be had. East West.
I gave a faint. I did my job. I'm doing my part. Nope.
Oh no!
I.
Vertical. Move. Wait.
Watch where you're aiming that thing.
Middle of it. Melee and healers. Thanks, find your buddy. And range. Very nice. Winds out. Fires just racing clockwise. Oh no! Last pool
Last
things,
pool?
yep.
Yeah.
30 seconds on my food.
Ma'am, I did all that hard work. No, I'm kidding.
To get past the pool, okay? We are shaking rust off, so.
Bro, I sat there for like a good 10 minutes trying to figure out how to write fucking Pangenesis to make it make sense, and I was like, oh god. Well, trying to wrap my own fucking brain around it. I was like, I rewatched the Hector section like 4 times before I figured out how to start even writing it.
They make a joke about a conga line.
Conga line. You do start in a conga line. East-west. Go.
It's a debuff dance, everybody.
All the debuffs. Many debuffs handle it. Vertical. It's a debuff dance with light and dark powers. It's so exciting. And you need 2 people to soak them. Teehee.
I've gotten triangle the last 3 times. Can I stop getting triangle?
Move. Bait.
Jesus.
Tanks and ranged. Heroes, find your buddy. And melee.
Need a friend.
It's okay.
God damn it.
Had to check them debuffs. We shall do more tomorrow.
Yeah. So I guess.
Good. I really don't like that mount. I'm really sad.
Y'all have a good
Night-night,
night.
friends.
Good night.
I agree.
Ugh. I still have to sort more cards. I didn't quite finish before we started, so. Ugh.
You enjoy that.
I mean, I have 4 elite trainer boxes of energies to go through. Yeah.
Alright, good night, friends.
Night night.
Good night.
Alrighty, friends. I'm gonna turn the stream off for tonight. You all have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.